All right, so we cooling. Good morning. Back to business as always. Welcome back to Lakers Land. Seven Mitchell, I'm in the building. Pretty interesting stream. We got a couple things. I want to talk about the Lakers news and everything going around it. So give me a second. Let me get some things locked in, and then we're gonna do our thing. All right, so we're gonna start off with just a little bit of light news. We got three quick things to kind of talk about. Golden State got eliminated. There was a story on LeBron James that I wanted to kind of cover real quick, as well as what Magic Johnson is kind of throwing in the air. He's at it again. He's tampering again. We're gonna see how this play out. But first things first. Um, what's so crazy to me, y'all? We often hear about how many people were successful in the LeBron era, right? We talk about specifically Steph Curry, how he's won 4 titles in the LeBron era. I've heard people even put Steph Curry above LeBron all time. I've heard people put Steph Curry in the top 5, top 10 all time. There has been a lot of interesting takes when we talk about Steph Curry because of the championships that he's won, the way he's won them, the timing and everything surrounding it. And we have always vilified and, like I said, talked about how other people, KD included, has been successful in the LeBron era when we talk about winning championships. But man, ever since LeBron came to the Western Conference, right? I don't think people really have been focusing because they're so busy hating. But I'm talking about Steph Curry specifically because Golden State got bumped last night. Since LeBron came to the Western Conference in 2019, Steph and them lost in the finals. The following year, 2020, they missed the playoffs. 2021, they missed the playoffs. 2022, they won the championship. They did get the fourth ring in 22. The following year, they lost in the second round. 2024, Steph and them missed the playoffs. And then last night, they get eliminated in the second round. Now, I'm not trying to take away anything that Steph Curry has done because, Steph is a bad boy, no doubt about it. But I just need y'all to just keep that same energy, bro. If you're not going to vilify Steph for that sample size of mediocrity with the Golden State Warriors, then, LeBron, I don't see how we giving him so much punishment when we talking about missing. I don't think LeBron missed how many times have LeBron missed the playoffs since being in a Laker uniform? 2, maybe 3. Steph has missed the playoff 3 times, eliminated in the second round twice. Did win a title, did lose a title. Like I said, I'm not going to take anything away from Steph. He's definitely been successful. He's definitely one of those ones. He's not a fluke. But when I looked at the overall picture, and I'm like, wait a minute. We talk very nasty about LeBron and saying how unsuccessful this Lakers venture has been with him. And I'm just like, nah, the facts show that, he isn't the only one. He isn't the only one. I just think we like to bypass it because of the hate. Then Bleacher Report, they had a rumor predicting that LeBron was going to decline his option and re-sign with the Lakers on a 2-year deal worth $105 million with a player option in that second year. This would pretty much keep the door open for another historic run with LeBron and son. This time it will be both Bronny and possibly Bryce in 2026. We've heard this before. When I heard the rumor from Bleacher Report and how they broke it down, how mathematically it could work, I just don't see. I don't have a problem with Bryce coming into the league. I don't have a problem with anything LeBron did with Bronny. I'm good with all that from a parent-son perspective, from a family perspective. But I feel like the Lakers, we went through this already. We went through this season. It had no relevance on winning so much. Bronny wasn't a factor when we talk about wins and losses for the Lakers season. right? Um, I don't think that Bronny's presence took LeBron's focus away from the game. LeBron had a very stellar year. Uh, year 40, I mean, age 40, year 22, LeBron, unbelievable season. So I don't think LeBron totally lost focus this year with his son. But if you are looking to win, if the Lakers are looking to rebuild and do something really serious, most of the culture of Lakers asking that LeBron be gone anyway. They looking to get to that post LeBron era, whatever that looks like. Setting the table or setting the stage for another son, I mean, that just totally goes against what the Laker fans are looking for. I'm not speaking for myself specifically, but if you are looking to win, if you are looking to compete, if you are looking to build specifically around Luca, who should be kind of you going towards being your number one, appeasing to LeBron again in this manner, I don't know, bro. I don't know. And I like Bryce James. Um, I've heard people say that Bryce is better than Bronny, but it's not so much just about the skill. When you're in the moment, when you're playing against the level of competition as the NBA, it's a lot that goes into that. I'm pretty sure Bronny has an interesting story to tell after his first year. But I don't know if I'm really excited about the thought of LeBron and Bryce and Bronny being with the Lakers. It is a feel-good story. I would love to see a guy have both of his kids in the league playing with him at the same time on the same team. That would be dope. But it didn't mean anything. It really didn't mean much to wins and losses this year. And I don't think that you're not showing that you're looking to win now doing this. You're not. I mean, you're going to be paying LeBron $50 million on this deal if it was to go down the way Bleacher Report is explaining it. I'm not saying LeBron isn't worth the money. He's definitely worth the money. The player option. This is all typical LeBron, and he has earned the right to set himself up for whatever he wants to set himself up for. I don't have any problem with it. I don't think that they will be overpaying him, but that's a lot of money for a guy who's on his way out the door. And what you're bringing in the door on his behalf is not going to change the needle at all. Bronny nor Bryce, I believe, can help the Lakers win a championship, be a serious playoff contender. They may eventually be able to be a piece of the puzzle, but just right now, off of impact, no. You're basically investing $105 million on Bronny James because Bronny's going to be there as long as LeBron is there. A farewell tour for LeBron, or LeBron pacing himself because he's not going to give it 100% to assure that he's available for his son. The luck of the draw for Bryce coming into the league and being drafted by the Lakers is just a lot to go into that $100 million deal. And it doesn't benefit the Lakers as a team. It doesn't. Not now, not in the future. Storylines, jersey sales, yes. But this is LA. This is the Lakers. It's not, that shouldn't be what's really pushing the needle. So, that's something that we'll talk about, I'm pretty sure, later on this week in the Lakers Land podcast, excuse me. Shout out to BA, Hank, Brian, and the rest of the guys. We'll kind of chop that up. Last but not least, as far as top news for the Lakers, Magic Johnson is at it again. I don't think this is tampering because he's not officially a part of the Lakers organization, but Magic keeps doing this. And this might not be a big deal. I did see it coming across my timeline this morning. So Kevin Durant had apparently won the Magic Johnson Award. He's a 2-time award winner. And Magic Johnson had this to say about Kevin Durant winning the Magic Johnson Award. He says, "Congratulations to the 2-time Magic Johnson Award winner, Kevin Durant." This is what Magic had wrote in a viral post that went on Twitter. This is the reason why it went viral. Magic says, "I'm so excited Kevin Durant won this award because he's always so gracious to the media and fans, which is Cap. I wish he was a Laker. That's what Johnson added to the post. The Magic Johnson Award is given annually to those that know by professional basketball right associations to the player who best combines on court excellence with cooperation with the media and the fans. I'm kind of surprised Kevin Durant, who really don't. I mean, he speaks his mind, but he really don't have a lot of love I see for the media. He won this again for the second time. He won the award first in 2016, 2 years after he won his MVP. KD was recognized this week for his continued professionalism and humility, a trait that he definitely does share with Magic Johnson, after whom the award is named. But Magic Johnson throwing that out in the atmosphere that he wished it was a Laker really is, it's all ado about nothing. We've heard the whole rumor about Kevin Durant possibly being with the Lakers. We've kind of talked about that in a small sample size for maybe a year or two. Nothing really to go off of it. I would embrace KD coming to the Lakers. I wouldn't really target him so much to say like I would do maybe Giannis. Um, but Magic again is just doing the most with his mouth and his opinion. I just hope it don't come back. I doubt that it comes back to bite the Lakers, but Magic has been fined and all that other type of stuff for opening his mouth with his wishes and desires when it comes to, the Lakers team. So I, I think I need Magic to kind of chill and stay off Twitter. Magic Johnson be doing the most. I'm gonna keep it real. Magic Johnson definitely be doing the most. We got another topic, something I wanted to talk to y'all about. ESPN versus the Lakers. ESPN versus the Lakers. Now, I think it was yesterday. Or it might have been day before yesterday. I was on Twitter and I was going down social media and I came across a story that ESPN had dropped about the Lakers hiring a health and conditioning coach. And when I first saw it, it kind of blew my mind. I don't know. It really wasn't a huge deal, but it did stand out to me. ESPN yesterday went on some type of laughing mockery of the Lakers and Luka, trying to push this whole hiring from the organization on Luka. They were making so many jokes. I'm going to see if I can play and find the clip and we can listen to what some of these guys had to say. This was so disrespectful. And to me, like Udonis Haslam said, Luka needs to follow LeBron's lead on staying in shape. Udonis Haslam said, I'm going to make sure his house is somewhere near LeBron James. This is going to become a lifestyle, not just an in-season thing. We're getting rid of all that hookah, Luka talk. So it seems to me that ESPN is putting on some next level hate on Luka and the Lakers, trying to say that this move was really generated off of Luka being out of shape or not being playoff ready. And I don't know what's to ESPN and the hate that they spew when it comes to the Lakers, bro. I mean, multiple times I've seen Coach JJ Redick and Rob Pelinka both go out their way to praise Luka and how impressed they were with his leadership, with his work ethic. I mean, they are going to find anything to try to break up the band. We've watched Luka at spots in the season show signs of defense. When they went back to Dallas, Luka took that game in his hand from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. There was no doubt about it that this was Luka's world, and he's handled his business. He has not been a distraction. All the hookah Luka stuff, that's all been social media. We haven't seen Luka getting caught up in anything negative, really, when we talk about the media and stories and stuff like that. We've only seen Luka contributing to the community. Um, and to see ESPN go so hard and make so many jokes. I'm still trying to find this clip, but listen to this, man. This is just crazy, bro.
Looked into this like every possible way to make sure it's real. The Los Angeles Lakers have posted on teamworkonline.com a listing for a head strength and conditioning coach. This job description is responsible for motivating players and holding them accountable for their work in the weight room. It does not say on here that speaking Slovenian is a requirement for the job, but one would assume that is a piece of this. Again, can't be. No, we looked into this. Every single one of us was like, no. We need to triple check that. It is 100.
So this is Udonis Haslem, Mike Greeny, Jason Williams, and Brian Windhorst. I mean, and these guys are sitting there making jokes. First of all, like other teams don't have health and conditioning hires, coaches, and stuff like that. And again, the Lakers as a whole didn't look like they were ready to play in the playoffs. They all took Minnesota for granted, and they all paid for it. This was not a Luka lost the Lakers the playoffs, or the Lakers got eliminated because Luka didn't do his job or because Luka wasn't in shape. Yeah, there's definitely moments and things that you can point at and argue. But yo, this is just it's typical of ESPN. I just found it bogus because, like I said, Joe, so many times we have seen the front office praise Luka in manners that it really count the most. Conditioning definitely matters. LeBron, we've never questioned his conditioning, his physicality, and things like that. And I believe that that's going to rub off on LeBron. Like, let's keep it a buck before we even move on, because I don't even want to stay on this bogus topic too long. I can't recall in the 22 years of LeBron playing from Cleveland to Miami to Cleveland to Los Angeles, him having a teammate that was out of shape, didn't want to play, wasn't committed to winning, wasn't committed to preparing himself, and still played. You know how we heard stories with Kobe and how Shaq was just not, giving it 100% and things like that. I don't know if we've ever heard that from a teammate of LeBron James on any organization. Now, I'm not saying that that's all based off of LeBron James, but the facts are the facts. I believe that his work ethic will rub off even on the newest players on the organization. He's the first guy in, the last guy out. Austin Reeves spoke about that this season alone on how LeBron James' work ethic has rubbed off on him. Austin Reeves, an undrafted player, somebody that in a lot of opinions came up short in the playoffs, but he's had, I would say statistically, his best year with the Lakers in the NBA. He's definitely moving on up. And he talked about, the leadership and the effort that he's been, kind of reciprocating from LeBron James. So, Luka is going to fall in line just like that. I haven't had a problem or concern with Luka's conditioning or his shape or how he's looked on the basketball court. I know when he first came to LA, it looked a little bit weird. Arms looked a little bit baggy, but he seemed to be tightened up, and this was an emotional move for Luka. This wasn't a regular offseason move. This really caught people by surprise. And I think the Lakers will definitely be ready. And I respect that JJ Redick and this organization identifies we can't have guys not physically conditioned and ready when March and April come. That's a no-no. We got some expiring contracts about to be at the table. This Lakers team, as we know it, really probably won't be the same, won't look the same when the start of the next season come. So JJ Redick going into his second year, you definitely want to have certain things implemented, certain systems when we talk about practice and workouts and things like that. You want to have your own solidified um system. And JJ Redick in his first year, he was able to evaluate what worked, what didn't work. And now the Lakers are getting programs started. I don't find anything funny about it. To me, it shows that they are um focused on winning, or at least focused on putting themselves in a position to be ready to play. The best ability in sports is availability. If you're not on the basketball court, what people talk about does not matter when you're not able to be productive. And ESPN, to have these guys kind of make fun of this story and kind of point it at Luca and put blame on Luca. I mean, I love it because we seen what Luca does when people come at him. We see how he treated the Dallas Mavericks in his revenge game. So ESPN can bring it. I definitely don't duck the smoke when we talk about the hate that ESPN has for our Lakers, but I just thought it was bogus that all these guys, Udonis Haslem, a former professional um, basketball player, Jason Williams, like these guys have hooped before. They understand, you know, Mike Greeny, Brian Windhorst, typical. But it is what it is. There, what else we got here today? Here we go. Let's talk about Lakers trades, rumors. Let me pull this up for you guys. All right. So Sports Illustrated, if you look on the left, the graphic is by Basketball Forever, but Sports Illustrated came up with this trade, and I wanted to bring it to the table of Lakers Land this morning and get your guys' opinion on if this is a move that if you were Rob Pelinka, you would consider pulling the trigger. Basically, Daniel Gafford, who's currently with the Dallas Mavericks, he says he wants to be a starting center. We know that is something that the Lakers need. Sports Illustrated came out with a deal. The Dallas Mavericks, they're looking for some type of guard until Kyrie Irving is able to return. Um, SI was able to put a three-way deal together that would send Daniel Gafford to the Lakers, Anthony Simons from Portland to Dallas, and the Portland Trailblazers will receive Maxi Kleber and Dalton Connect from the Lakers, amongst other players, but specifically Dalton and Maxi Kleber. If this opportunity was out there, would you guys hesitate on taking it? Just looking at what you have to give up in this situation, you're basically looking at Maxi Kleber, who we didn't see at all until the elimination game, and Dalton Connect. Are you willing to trade your 17th round, your 17th pick in the first round of the draft, Dalton Connect, to Portland, basically in a three-way trade for Daniel Gafford? Does the need of the big man right now supersede the future? And is Daniel Gafford really that guy? I would definitely consider this deal. I like I like Dalton Connect a whole lot. I thought Dalton Connect would clearly be a pivotal part of this future with the Lakers, but seeing the relationship with him and JJ Redick, ever since that Mark Williams trade happened, I think this whole situation is a done deal. I don't think that there is no coming back for Dalton Connect with the Lakers. I just seriously don't. Even in the playoffs, he didn't even get minutes for whatever reason. Um, and it's been like that really in the whole second half of the year. Him and JJ has butted heads when we talk about minutes. This would be a deal that I would consider if those are the only two pieces that the Lakers have to give up. Daniel Gafford is a good player. Don't get me wrong. I just be wondering sometimes with bigs, is it really about the system that they in, or if they're really that guy? You look at some other bigs, like on the other side. You look at the trade watch. When you're looking at Daniel Gafford, compare him to other centers like a Mitchell Robinson, Walker Kessler. I think Walker Kessler plays the five, if I'm not mistaken. Like, Jaren Jackson Jr. Some of these guys the Lakers probably not going to get, couldn't afford to get, but Daniel Gafford doesn't stand out to me as being the automatic answer. He could be, but I feel like that answer could be given in multiple players. So I would go in possibly in consideration for this trade if this is all that would have to give up. But I'm not really giving up a lot of my future for a guy like Daniel Gafford. Even though I know that the center position is a void for the Lakers, I don't know. I have to see it. I have to see it. He's already putting some expectation out there, like I said earlier, that he wants to be a starter. So, I'm not mad at that. I just this would probably be the extent of what I would have to give up, or what I will be willing to give up. I'm not including no Austin Reeves, no Rui. I'm not including no deal like that for a guy like Daniel Gafford. If I'm getting rid of any one of my guys, if my guys are not um, irreplaceable or untouchable, Austin Reeves can go, especially with this new contract dilemma that we got going on. Rui, we'll talk about Rui in a second. But if it's not for a star, I ain't doing all that. I'm gonna keep it real. If it's not for a star, I'm not doing all that. Man. Last question that I did have for you guys, and I also had a tip for you all. But I think what I'll do is I'm thinking about doing a master class. I'm thinking about doing a free YouTube master class when it comes to content creating. I wanted to break this thing down into 3 ideas, and I wanted to do. I'm not sure if I wanted to do a live stream for all three, or if I wanted to do 3 different breakdowns. But I wanted to do a master class. I wanted to do a free YouTube masterclass, give you guys some tips and some pointers if you are some upcoming, content creators and you're looking to grow your platform. I wanted to throw some of the things that I have learned over the years to the table. I know there are multiple master classes that you can purchase and become members on, but I wanted to create a small free one just to get some people started going into the right direction of content creating. Like I said, I've been doing this for so long. I didn't have anyone kind of assisting or giving me an alley oop. And now that I've learned some things, I feel like I would not be doing myself a justice keeping it to myself. So um, I'm going to figure out how to do a quick master class for you guys and give you guys some tips and pointers and things that I have learned how to be effective when it comes to content creating, whether it's in sports or whatever you got going on. There was something about Rui that I did want to ask you guys, but I can't find it now. I do have a tip for you content creators. Last week's show, the tip of the day was CapCut. I told you guys to make sure y'all download the CapCut app. That is what I use a lot for my post editing of my work. All right, I think I found it. Okay. So today's tip of the week will be a combination. If you are an upcoming content creator I don't care if it's in sports, entertainment, gaming, music. If you create content, especially if you have an iPhone, download CapCut and download Chat GPT, the AI platform that is taking over the world. Trust me when I tell y'all, CapCut in combination with Chat GPT is going to be the best thing you have ever, ever come across as a content creator. I promise you. I promise you. I don't care if you do video content. I don't care if you do audio content. The combination of CapCut and Chat GPT has been so clutch for me. And it hasn't even, I don't even think I've been using this combination for 30 days. I'm dead serious. There's so many different things that can be done with this combination. And I'm going to get into it in detail in the masterclass video because I want to break down the advantages of now using AI with your content. It's all about working smarter, not harder. You can still have even more of effect on your audience and not really put much hands-on effort. You can allow artificial intelligence to truly do the work for you. And I promise you, if there's nothing that you guys ever take from me, trust me, if you're a content creator, and especially if you have an iPhone, download CapCut and download Chat GPT. Those two together will work magic for you and your brand immediately. If you know what you're doing, if you need any help, reach out to me. I'll give you some tips and pointers on specifics, but I will be creating a masterclass. I will include the reason that I brought that up. And I wish you guys a lot of luck and success in your content creating because it is definitely a new world out there and it is moving. It is moving. Last but not least, Lakers land, before we get up out of here, Rui Hachimura. I always like to try to spotlight one player before the live stream ends and get some thoughts and opinions from you guys. What do y'all think about Rui Hachimura overall? Has his stock gone up or down? And I want you to include the postseason when you're thinking about your answer. Has Rui Hachimura's stock gone up or down this season? And I want you to include the playoffs. In these playoffs, Rui Hachimura's shooting percentage from the field was 49%. From the three-point line, he shot just under 49% from three. 49% from the field. He shot just under 49% from three. 100% from the free throw line. Now, the Lakers did get eliminated in the first round. Wasn't a huge sample size to see Rui go off. The playoffs before, we seen him get treated by Jokic. This year, in my opinion, has been an up and down year for Rui. We've seen some good moments. We've seen some not so good moments. I would say Rui's stock has risen for trade value, not for winning with the Lakers. I feel like Rui's ceiling is there, is done with the Lakers. I'm not trying to push him out the door. I just don't see him having more impact that he's already had with this team. He can still help if he can continue to knock down shots. He's still a part of this original core that hasn't done anything yet, and I think, they done got rid of D'Lo. They done got rid of AD. It's only LeBron, Rui, and Austin Reeves remaining from that core. And I just don't see Rui bringing any more to the table with the Lakers than he's already have. What I will say is the production that he's given the Lakers in the playoffs, at least from an individual standpoint, will look good on his resume for another team that may be desiring a guy like Rui. You know, just improvements on a two-way as a two-way player. Uh, so I think his stock has risen if you want to consider the playoffs, but it hasn't risen for the Lakers. You know, I think it has risen for trade value. Somebody that you can really throw in a deal and another team feel like they're getting a little something out of it. You know, Rui gives me the impression that depending on the team that he plays on, individually, he could put up even better numbers than he does now with LA. I don't know if it would equate to winning. You know, he might have to be on a subpar team, but you know, shooting about 50% from the field and from three and perfect from the free throw line in the playoffs, you know, you just wish that it would have meant something. You just wish it would have meant something. All right, Lakers land. I am about to sign off with my 30-minute report with the Lakers news for the morning. I'm Seven Mitchell. Again, we're live streaming everywhere. Shout out to people on YouTube, Twitch, as well as on our Twitter account. Make sure y'all come on over and first of all, download Playback TV on your mobile device and follow the Room Lakers Land Show on Playback TV. That's playback.tv/Lakers Land Show. We'll be doing our daily Lakers news live here on Playback, and we'll simulcast it out to all of the other platforms. We also hold our live podcast here on Playback. So make sure y'all come and join the Lakers Land Room. Shout out again to all the fellas, BA, Hank, Bit, Brian, all the supporters of Lakers Land. I'm Seven Mitchell, just dropping off today's Lakers news. I'll be catching you guys tomorrow, as always, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern here on Lakers Land. I was a little early today because I got some things to do, but you guys will catch me every morning live in full effect, giving you guys some of the latest news with the Lakers and some debate stories, man. You know how we do. You know how we coming. Y'all stay safe, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.